everyone, this is Rachel Youngston from UsePLR.com and WholeFoodPLR.com. We are here with our weekly PLR Power Hour. This is where we ask questions about using PLR, talk about our member wins. If we are looking for any PLR resources, we discuss that, and more than anything, we connect with other people who are using PLR and connect with other people who are very likely using PLR in your niche. So, welcome. I wanted to let everyone know before we get started today, next Tuesday, which I believe is the 16th, we are going to have April Lamar from Niche Starter Packs talk to us. She's going to be talking to us about some PLR implementation strategies. Many of you know April. She does personal development. She does a lot of health content, some business content, and she's been a PLR seller for at least a few years. And anyone who did the got the BC stack bonus from me, April was one of the folks that I partnered up with for that too. So I'm really excited that she's going to make time for us next week, and I think it's going to be great. So let's start today with any questions that anyone has. Do you have any questions on what's going on in your business? Any questions related to your specific PLR and implementation strategy that you're throwing around? Just let me know in the chat and we can get talking. And while you guys are thinking on that, I wanted to let you guys know that we did put up another video of our challenge today, using PLR in your backend in your backend email sequence. We only have two more videos, I believe, 2 or 3 more videos to go with that. And then what we're going to do is move that into a self-study course. But what we want to do is change the challenge format into what I call a 5x5x5 challenge. And that's what I want all of the challenges to be from here on out. So essentially, every challenge video will be 5 minutes. The challenge will last 5 days. You will have 5 action steps every day that should take you no more than 5 minutes apiece. And I think that might be a nice, concise way to get everybody in and out of their challenges quickly, especially when you're doing the self-study course. It would be a lot easier for those folks to kind of navigate through things. And the other thing I wanted to let you know is I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. So all the videos that we've already created for this challenge, I'm just going to pull checklists off of what we've already got. I'm not going to go back and do all these videos again. So this challenge is a little bit different, but from here on out, we'll be doing it in a 5x5x5 style. Okay, does anybody have any wins? It looks like we don't have any questions today, which is great. That means I'm doing my job, so yay. Does anybody have any member wins they want to talk about? If you do, just let me know in the chat that you want to talk today and we can have a little chat. If you want to lurk today, feel free to let me know. Just let me know in the comments that you are a lurker today. Okay, no problem, guys. We have a couple lurkers in the group. That's no problem at all. The most important thing that I want for those of you listening to the recording of this is if you don't want to talk, that's totally okay. But I really encourage folks to take an hour of their week and just look at their PLR, figure out the action steps that they want to take for that PLR. You know, we get so caught up in our business that it's not always easy to take time just to strategize and work on the PLR, which will help us grow our business, ironically. So, no problem, Carol, no problem at all. I completely understand. Let's talk a little bit about what I'm doing in the group, since no one has any questions today and no one seems to have any wins that they're going to share. So, which is totally fine, guys. I totally understand that. But I want to go ahead and let you guys know that one thing that we're going to be doing over at over in the UsePLR members group is creating I'm going to start PLR coaching, and we are hoping to get everything up in the next week or 2 weeks. I am going on vacation in a couple of weeks, so that's kind of in my mind, that's kind of my, got to get it done before that. And what I'd love to do is, when I initially start this coaching program, I'm going to be taking 10 folks for $10 a piece and an hour per person. And that way I get my coaching feet wet, because even though we do these power hours and I do these trainings, the one-on-one coaching is a little bit new to me, so I don't feel like it's fair to come out of the gate asking the first few folks that I work with to pay, you know, the $47 an hour that other folks will pay. But I'd also really, really love some feedback at the end of our training, just so that I can make sure that I, going forward, am the best coach that I can be for you guys. Tina says that she can't unmute, but she wanted to say that she's participating in the 10 testimonials. And she has one client so far, and she expects more soon. She's got her website up. Tina, way to go. I am really proud of you. That is amazing. So for those of you who don't know, the 10 testimonials is a challenge that Kelly McCausey put together. And essentially, we are trying to get 10 testimonials for whatever it is that we do. So for instance, Tina is a VA, and she is going to expand her customer base by getting these 10 testimonials, and then she will automatically be able to boost that know, like, trust for the next 10 folks that come around. For me, I am going to be going the coaching route, and I'm going to aim to get 10 testimonials, and that will help me to start my coaching business, to own the fact that I'm a coach. Really funny story, my coach, who is, as many of you know, Kelly, we were talking, and I said, you know, she basically said something along the lines of, you know, you should be a coach, you should own that you're a coach, feel comfortable in that. And I was like, well, Kelly, I've never coached. And she's like, you have power hours. She didn't word it quite like that, but she was like, people are asking you stuff anyway. You're telling people what to do and how to profit from their stuff. So you're already coaching, you know? So it's going to be a different experience for me, and I hope that it really serves you guys well moving forward. Tina, how do you feel about your 10 testimonials? I know that you said that your website needs work and you've got one client. Are you feeling comfortable or excited or nervous? I know I'm feeling a little bit of all of those. Like, I'm feeling a little nervous and excited, but Kelly is really a good encourager, though. Tina says she's really excited and she's nervous, but she's proud of herself that she started. Tina, I'm proud of you too. That's like the hardest thing, is that first step. You know, I'm feeling that too. Like, I'm putting together a special for folks in my members group, and I'm working on that. And then I'm going to start on my 10 testimonials page for my coaching page. And I find myself finding like a million other things that I could be doing other than doing my coaching page. And I keep bumping it on my list. And so I completely understand. That's really great of you, Tina. I think that you're going to find that you're going to do some really, really cool stuff. And just by hearing your story in Kelly's group, I'm pretty excited for you, and I'm excited to see what you do. Greg says, congratulations, Tina. Tina says she's learning a lot and she's looking forward to working with other people on their needs. Yeah, and you know, like Tina, even what we talked about in the training, like whatever people need, it's so valuable. Like, I don't know if you remember, but I'm the one who was like, oh my gosh, we could have so much fun together. I have so much stuff that I just don't want to deal with. And, you know, and I know that I'm not the only one who's like that. So I think it's going to be pretty great watching you build that business. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, thanks, Tina. I'm really looking forward to working with you too. I love it when I can get on the ground floor before everybody knows how good you are. So what else? I wanted to talk to you guys also about, I wanted to talk to you guys also about future challenges and future PLR Power Hours. Since everybody is doing pretty good this week, I wanted to check in and see, what do you guys feel like you would like to learn on a Power Hour? Is there anyone that you would like me to get as a guest? Is there something that you would like to learn in these UsePLR 2 challenges that I'm starting to do? How can I best serve you is really what it all boils down to. And I did want to say, other than learning how to do PLR, because I have been working on that and finding someone who's going to help you guys learn how to do that. But other than that, like, is there a specific way you'd like to learn how to do your PLR? Is there a specific person that you're like, gosh, I'd really like to connect with this person, but I don't know them personally. I don't know how to connect with them. Is there anything that I can do to serve you guys better? Because I'd really like to be able to do that for you. Okay, great. So it looks like everybody's doing great. Well, that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Okay, Greg says maybe how to advertise. I think that's great, Greg. I like that. Part of what Angel has showed us in the past, Angel Santos, goes with the whole marketing of it all, and that's like the recur post and that type of thing. But one thing that I do want to learn, and I'd love to teach you guys, is how to maybe do Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and how to use that as part of the whole sequence. So my ultimate goal for myself, I don't know who's watched the video yet, but my ultimate goal would be, I have a free product, I have ads going to that free product, and then once you pick up that free product, you get pulled into this email nurture sequence that is going to make you know, like, trust me all the more. It's going to serve you well, and it's going to give you resources that are super valuable and help you along the way. Tina says she loves that idea. So I'll definitely add that to the list, because I do think that's really, really important. Learning how to advertise. And I'll see if I can find anybody who is good at the advertising aspect of it as well. Anyone else have anything they want to talk about? Or okay, Carol says she would like to see if there's someone who could review the software that's available, the Scribble, the Designer, etc. Something to make production quicker of her products. I think I have somebody who may be able to do that, Carol, and I will get working on that. I know a few tech folks, and know some of them who work directly with PLR sellers, so they know exactly what's kind of going on in the PLR world, and they handle the back end of their stuff, so they know all those inner workings of their business. So things like Scribble or Scribble, however you say it, they should be familiar with. Let's see. Okay. Tina said she'd love to learn how to add a story to her PLR. Just real quick, you asked what if you can't think of a story to add to your PLR. I typically, introduction can be difficult. What are some ways of thinking of an introduction that makes it yours? Okay, so as far as what are some ways to add your story to your PLR, I will usually typically the PLR that I use or other folks or we use to grow our business is something that we're interested in or related to in some kind of a way, like health and wellness. I have a health journey of my own. Some folks who do personal development, they've got a journey of their own. Folks who are in coloring PLR, a lot of times they love to color. My friend Jen, who does planners and journals, that's her deal. Like she publishes them online and she makes extra income by doing that. So all of the, like, typically all that falls into place. If it doesn't, then some other things that you could do is find some fun facts, get some interesting pictures. Maybe you could, if you have an audience, you could question your audience about what's worked for them, or like let's say your PLR is on creating baby dolls. You could ask your audience, hey, what's your 5 favorite tips on creating baby dolls? How do you create a baby doll? What's your favorite part of creating a baby doll? And then you can go from there. And you can just let them know, of course, that you'd love to mention them in your next release. But definitely, I always look at the statistics and other ways to kind of make it my own. Images are a huge thing in themselves, and I always recommend that when someone gets a piece of PLR, they change the title, they change the image, and that way, like if you and I have the exact same piece of PLR and someone is looking at both of our sales pages, they still don't look like the same product. Greg says that you don't always need a story, but you should add images and adjust the formatting. Yes, that's true, Greg. The formatting is also very important. You could also do like for a how-to perspective if you are having trouble connecting with your PLR. Maybe have some checklists that you add into your report, like quick steps type of thing. Maybe feature, or I'm sorry, not feature, but maybe talk about people who've done it before or differently. So like if I was doing PLR, if I had PLR on Facebook, I could talk about like, who is this Mark Zuckerberg guy and what does he have to do with Facebook? That kind of thing. The next thing is introductions can be difficult. What are good ways to think of an introduction that makes it yours? I typically talk about my business or my struggles. So for instance, when I make UsePLR reports, and I have an introduction for that, I highlight this is why I'm here. This is what I'm gonna do. This is why I have to do it. Like, this is why it frustrated me to the point that I had to figure out a way to do it. And usually that kind of humanizes you, especially, I talk a lot about that know, like, trust factor, and especially for those folks who do not work with you. Maybe they know of you, but they don't know you personally. And like, The other thing that I recommend with introductions is once you do it and you have it like once, since typically you're working with the same niche, you can always copy that introduction, just change a few things if you even want to, and use it for your next report. So for instance, when I have, if you look at like my PLR profit report, I have, it's not really an introduction as much as it is like an about me. And I just keep that the same on everything. And then at the end, I have a resource page, and I'll change the links in that depending on what resources I mention. But it's much easier to go in and tweak these two things than it is for me to come up with things from scratch. Does that make sense? Okay, great, great. We can also, if you ever feel like you want to see what other folks are thinking, get input from other people, you can always also go to the group when we're not having the power hours and go to the discussion in the group and ask your questions there. That's always encouraged. I'm going to put you guys on pause for just a second. I have a random teenager in my office. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to talk about today before we, I think we could even wrap up early, and that way we can talk to our group member and try to brainstorm a little bit with this person before we completely wrap up for today. Okay, guys, great. For those of you who are listening to the recording, feel free to send me an email, rachel@useplr.com, if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see on these power hours, anything that you would like to see as an upcoming UsePLR challenge, or any of that type of great goodness. Also, we have a PLR training intensive that is going to be launching this week. These are not new courses, but they are some of the best courses, and they've been put together by myself and Charlene Burke. And the courses total more than $200. We're going to be selling it for $17. So if you want to learn PLR, it's a great way to do that. They are for personal use only, but they are very in-depth, and they're going to definitely help you get your feet wet and hit the ground running. So that's it for us today. Folks who are already on the line, again, please stay on the line. And everyone else, this is Rachel Youngston from UsePLR.com and WholeFoodPLR.com. This was our PLR Power Hour, and we'll chat in the group. Have a great day.